Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So today's video I'll be sharing you some of the steps you can actually take to actually make Premiere work perfectly fine on your system. So I'm going to show you some few tricks which I know you should actually give it a try. Alright, so welcome back to the video. So basically in today's video, so some of the steps that you need to understand when it comes to Premiere is there are some things you need to actually do. Like the first thing I would actually recommend you do, first you go into edit, under edit preferences, then you go into media cache. Most times during the course of your edit, so many files might have piled up on the background which you might not be aware, and these are cache. You're not really using them, so you can just go select days, okay, then you click on delete. So once you click on delete, select OK. Alright, I've already done this to mine, so this is one of the things you need to do. That's the first thing you need to do. So now we head to the second thing. So the second thing is that if you notice, most times if you're editing, okay, let me say if you're editing, most times you notice the video lags, like it skips, like it's always dragging. You can also come down here, you can turn this to the lowest here. It also helps you get a smooth flow, but the major thing that it drops the quality. That's your display quality, but that doesn't mean that the output is going to be, display is going to be low. It's just your own interface is going to be low, which is something that helps you to minimize and also maximize your the speed at which you edit. Another thing you need to also, let me say, most times if you're editing, so let me replicate this clip, let me duplicate this clip. I find this most times people do this. You might actually find someone doing something like this, like you have so many clips. Let me add an effect on this clip to actually make you understand what I'm saying. So I'm looking at adding a simple black and white to this video. Okay, so add black and white here, and black and white here. Alright, so I can explain now. So let me say you have different effects on multiple clips here. So one of the things you can actually do again to actually help you edit faster, if you see this FX, this tool, or if you can't find it, you simply come to this plus icon here. You're going to see it here. So you just click on it, and OK. So that's how you can add it if you can't find it here. So one of the things this stuff does that, let me say you're editing, you might not be using a black and white effect here. It's just an example, but let me say you have different clips and there are so many effects on that clip. So one of the ways to actually speed up the rate at which your system, especially if you're using like a lower processor with a system, so you can experience this. So the best thing you can do is just click on effects. So the moment you put this off, all the effects which you've actually applied on this clip are going to be toggled off to help you get a smoother flow. But that doesn't mean that the effect has been removed. They are still there, but it helps you to remove it. So it helps you get only the clip, the original clip, so you can edit faster on the clip. So once you're done, you've added other effects, you can just click on effects, put the effects back. Alright, so this is the last tip I'm going to show you. This always happens. This is the major thing you need to watch out for. If you can notice this part of this timeline, right? You notice this area. You can see this this yellow line at the top. These things is something you also need to pay attention to. The yellow here is simply telling you that this clip is actually ready to be processed, meaning it has already been rendered. Most times, the more effect you add on the clip, you will notice this yellow lining you see at the top of this timeline. It changes to red. Red simply means it's heavy. So automatically, once you're seeing those red stuff, I'm trying to get something so you to best explain what I'm trying to Let me look for another effect that I know it's heavy. Okay, yeah, okay. This effect will make it heavy now. Okay, so this will be the last. This should be the last trick you need to know. Okay, so I'm going to bring this clip in right now. Okay, so this clip right here. All right, so you can see this yellow lining at the top here. It's all yellow, right? But there's an effect you're going to add here. It becomes heavy, so it changes to red. So this simply means that the effect hasn't been rendered yet, and it's going to drag on your system. That's if you're not using like a high advanced system. So let me just add one effect here. Let me say I want to add a speed duration. Okay, let me just use an optical flow. I know automatically this actually makes it heavy. So yeah, as you can see now, this whole place has changed to red. What this is pretty much trying to tell you that this clip, like the effect we just added on this, hasn't been rendered yet. So if your system, it's not, if you're not using like a high super computer, automatically this is going to tell on your production. Simply means that whatever you're editing, your movement and everything, and the software is going to be still. Mine is still going fine because I'm still using at least a high bit computer, right? So what you can do most times, what I really advise is that whenever you see stuff like this, always try to render this clip. So how can you do that? You come to the beginning of the clip. I just want to reduce it so the render speed doesn't take too long because I just want to show you an example. Let me still reduce it. So you just come now the end point you want to start render the clip out point. Okay, in, out. Okay, so once you've selected this, you just click, you come to sequence render effect in to out. Okay, so automatically once this is done rendering, it should take this red highlighted icon off. So it simply means that it's still good to go. So these are some of the things you can actually utilize in your edit to help your production more smoother and also help your production, because most times you can be editing and you're experiencing some of this. So this is one of the things you can actually use to make it better on Premiere. So while we wait for this to render, so you get to see what I'm saying. Automatically this red either changes to green or it stays back to yellow. Okay, now what you can see, if you notice, it has changed to green. So if you can be, whenever you're editing, you're adding effect, once you notice that red stuff, always try to use this method I just showed you. Now this will help you change it to green. Like this is smoother, and it's all the good thing about this is that once you're exporting, most of this clip you've already done this, they automatically export once. So Premiere doesn't need to render it again. That's once you're exporting your footage, it exports them once. So I hope this tips helps you in making sure you edit better with Premiere and also increases the speed. So also feel free to like this video and also subscribe to this channel to get more helpful tips like this. Alright, I'll see you in the next video, guys.